Hello, class, and welcome to week 12. Yeah, week 12 of this class. So week 12 on the updated syllabus, which I will be making sure that it's fully updated and finalized this week. So I won't surprise you with anything more the rest of this semester. But a few reminders, as you know, this course is now asynchronous, so you can be working at your own pace. I'll be grading as they come in, and so working day by day. I set aside a little bit of time every day to grade a few, so be patient with me there, but I'm working on it. But you can still be synchronous and do these projects or these assignments week by week, but that big deadline is December 5th, I think, and some of the assignments are actually December 7th, which check the dates on them, but those are the new due dates for all of our assignments. This week is assessment writing. We're going to talk assessment writing and how to write a good science test, and building classroom norms. And that's what I want to start talking with you first today. Okay, building classroom norms. I do this culture creating activity that really builds a meaningful culture or climate in my classroom, right? And so the main focus of my classroom is to advance learning, right? And I hate to say it, but a lot of kids are so detached, maybe not elementary kids, but a lot of my 8th graders are quite detached about the purpose of school and why we're here. And they think like it's being done to them, right? And so I try to combat that by building that into my norms, moving science thinking forward into my norms, while also making them feel valued, and that we're all equals here. Like, I'm in this just as much as you are. This isn't my classroom. This is our classroom, right? This is where we spend our time together. So that's how I build my classroom norms. Now, at the middle school level, this is a good model. You could also simplify this for elementary levels by taking out moving science thinking forward, which I would hate it if you did that, but I mean, if you want to just create that learning culture with your classroom. I break my rules or expectations into 4 categories. I want my students to be respectful. I want them to know that my classroom is equitable, which means everybody's in it together and everyone's an equal. No one is better than anyone else, okay? Also moving science thinking forward and committed to the classroom, making sure that kids are here and helping others and making sure that the culture stays that way. And so what I do is I give the kids these 4 categories, and I let them think about ways that we can make sure that we are respectful in here. And I gather my students in a science circle, and they sit in a chair. They don't bring notebooks or pencils. This is straight up just a discussion. Uh-oh, my classroom lights turn off at a certain time, and here they are. Okay, but this is after hours, which is why I'm recording, because I can't work during work hours. Okay, so anyway, let me get these lights back on. But I can show you actually the norms that I have posted in my classroom here. And I can share the digital with you. I like to print a big giant poster, but this is our classroom. These are our classroom norms, right? Respectful category, equitable, committed to our community, and moving science thinking forward. I like to, and a lot of these ideas came from the kids. I just put it on a fancy chart and a pretty poster paper to make it very official, right? And so then, if a student is misbehaving or not doing not following the norms, I just have to refer to the norms. I say, make sure we're following the norms. Or I use these norms when I can tell that as a whole, the class could use help in a common one. Like, for example, I have a class of 13, and it's a class where 3 people talk the whole time. They just talk. One of them shares ideas very well, on topic ideas, but he also just talks and talks and talks. He can engage in any conversation. And so with this class, I oftentimes will say, all right, we're going to focus on a norm today and work on that skill just to make sure that we are building the culture that we want to build, right? And I'd be like, okay, one norm, I would maybe pick something like, I would say we encourage others' voices who we have not heard, right? And so this this brings to the attention of like, oh, they always hear my voice, so I'll just and then I give them ideas on how they can encourage others. Like, we recognize that this person hasn't shared in a while. Do you have any thoughts on this idea? And we try to make it as, as low pressure as we can, because a lot of kids have a hard time sharing, but you have to emphasize how important it is for students to share their own ideas, because their ideas are valuable to us, and we need to hear their ideas to move our thinking forward, to move science thinking forward, even if their ideas outlier crazy idea, which would probably be common in elementary schools, with those like hows and whys questions that elementary teachers often get, but it's really good for the middle school level. All right. So that was my little spiel about classroom norms. And on your classroom norms assignment, I'm going to ask you to create your own 4 categories of what you want your classroom to be built on. Do you want your classroom built on respect and equity and moving learning forward and being committed to your community? You can steal mine if you want, or reword it a different way that you like better. But I think elementary teachers here, or student teachers here, are gonna need to maybe pick new categories, right, that better apply to the elementary level. Okay, so that is your norms assignment. The next assignment will be on assessment and development, and I want to teach you how to build a science assessment that is 2 to 3 dimensional. So remember, we're going back to our cross-cutting concepts, our DCIs, and our CCCs, right? Every test question should have at least 2 in there. Find the patterns of the data, like whatever you pick, but you need to at least have 2 dimensions in your assessment. And I think I'll be picking the standard on this one, and you will have to write a few example assessment questions. I'll stick with the elementary level because I've got so many elementary kids in here, or elementary teachers in here. Maybe upper elementary is what I'll stick with that. And I will give you a standard, and you need to come up with a few questions that you could ask kids to prove whether they have the understanding that you want them to have or not. Okay? 2 or 3 dimensional. I will say, when we are state test writing, it's a whole process of building a whole scenario. They call them prompts, and each prompt has 7 to 8 questions, and it encompasses the entirety of the standard in 7 to 8 questions, but they're all asking about the same thing. Like about one phenomena. You pick a very solid phenomena for the test, and we follow specific guidelines with phenomena following, because we can't pick a phenomena that everyone knows already, but we can't pick a phenomena that's so crazy out there that kids won't understand it, right? I think one phenomena. Oh, I don't think I can share. Never mind. I can't share. But anyway, there's a bunch of guidelines for the phenomena. And I'm not asking you to do that. You don't have to do that, but I was just explaining that's how this state test works, is they work through one storyline, one phenomena, and they ask many questions based on that. And maybe the third question will introduce new information and make the kids make different decisions and figure different things out, or pile everything together to form a solid thought. But your assessment will just be like 3 or 4 questions, if that, right? Because you just need that many. Okay, so this finishes week 12. I will post those assignments at the end of this week, and they will be due December 5th. No, 7th. Actually, I'm going to go with 7th because that's a Wednesday, right? December 5th is a Monday. So these assignments will be due December 5th. And email me or let me know if you need anything. Okay, bye.